God will appear to you as you are. A priest sees God as the supreme leader of all heavenly and earthly matters. Similarly, a judge views him as a relentless dispenser of justice. For the tribal member, God is the tribal chief they aspire to be, and thus people continuously create God in their own image. Only the truth can save humanity. The God they have worshipped until now will soon no longer be their God. They will learn to transcend their previous understanding of God, for God is unchanging. It is merely their perception of Him that evolves. Desire is the driving force behind action. Without desire, they remain inactive. Ask yourself what you want from Him, and then articulate your wish. Human life is a continual quest to satisfy hunger, and the infinite planes of awareness are the means to this satisfaction. Health is a desire, a hunger that can be satisfied when the mind nurtures the belief that one is healthy. The same applies to prosperity, peace of mind, harmony, or fame, as each of these is a state of consciousness. Identify with your desired state, maintain this identification, and then what you are conscious of will manifest externally. The cross symbolically represents suffering. There was no physical cross on which a man was nailed, but rather the beliefs that a man carries with him. If any of you wants to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross, and follow me. Matthew chapter 16 verse 24. Taking up one's cross means elevating one's consciousness to a higher level. For my I am attitude is the creator of my world. The earthly person moves through time and lives within it, but their true essence resides in eternity. Imagine the vertical line of the cross as the line of being, upon which countless levels of consciousness exist. The mere passage of time cannot make you better or wiser. Time itself cannot change your level of being, as change occurs exclusively on the vertical line, where you elevate or lower your state of being. Since transformation is imminent, we speak of an infinite present, closer than close, sooner than now. The person you want to be is immediately forthcoming. He is nearer than near. The dreamed ideal arrives sooner than now and is brought about by your reactions to life's events. In Revelation chapter 22 verse 12 we read, "Behold, I am coming quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to each one according to the merit of his deeds." The only work required of you is the work on yourself. Engage in this work by examining your reactions to life's events. Remember that your future does not develop over time, it already exists. The timeline, as well as all events you encounter, is already established. You are currently on a certain level. Rise, take up thy bed, and walk. John chapter 5 verse 8. You do this by severing the life threads that bind you to your current state. This severance occurs through a change in thinking, for you can only find changes in the external world to the extent that you rise internally. What if you were too pure to perceive injustice or vice? What if you were too loving, too understanding, too generous? Aim for such feelings and see how your life changes. Here in the midst of life's storms, you work with this universal law. As long as you identify with a loveless state, you will continue to be swept into its whirl. However, you can take up your cross by breaking up your thoughtless and mechanical reactions to life's processes and sacrificing your current state of being. This message is not meant to bring peace, but a sword. It comes to set a man against his brother, his father, his mother, and all his kin, for I bring the sword of God, which is the word of God. This word is sharper than any double-edged sword, for it can divide soul and spirit. This is not to suggest that you should turn against your earthly family or relatives. Rather, you turn against the psychological notions that underlie your behaviors and against the moods that determine your actions and reactions to life's events. If your feelings at this moment are not noble, then turn against them, for they are your symbolic mother. How do you accomplish this? Replace it with a different feeling. You can only change your thinking once you feel differently, and feelings stem from mental images. Whatever a man believes to be true is an enemy in his own household. Even soul and spirit can be deeply severed by such a sword. Everything you agree with, everything you believe to be true, no matter how wise or foolish, forms your garment. However, you can reclothe yourself and reach a higher level of being by taking up your cross and following your imagination. Most people lack purpose. They desire more than they currently have. They want others to change, but they avoid the one thing that brings about change, working on themselves. Everyone is rewarded according to their own deeds. This does not mean that we are rewarded on the basis of someone else's work. What does this personal work, this task, entail? It involves the candid observation of our reactions to life, for these are what bind us to a specific level. Free yourself from unsightly thoughts and immerse yourself in your realized goal. In this way, you reach a higher level. Your ideal is located on the vertical line where you stand. Seek, and you shall find, and when you find him, you will be like him. This means you will only experience the fulfillment of your desire when you have become your desire. Those who search for love only show that they are currently without love, for no one needs to search for what they already are. One continually receives oneself, embodying the principle that the entire human life is a cycle of fulfilling desires, and the desires perceived as fulfilled will manifest externally. Until one is hungry enough to move beyond their current level of consciousness, they will not receive anything greater than themselves. As long as you are in love with your current state, you cannot leave it. Without the vertical lines of states, life would be meaningless. The wise ones of old called this endless succession the Ladder of Ascension or the Sky Ladder. You do not build this ladder. You climb it through self-discovery, ever ascending. In another person, you only see your own opinion of them. If you deem them kind, then they are kind. If you consider them foolish, they are foolish, for they then play the role you have assigned them in your opinion. If you wish for this person to change, you must change your opinion about yourself, for they are merely your projected opinion. You reside where you are psychologically. Therefore, you should attach your feelings to the fulfillment of your dream, and of course, ensure that all your dreams are noble and praiseworthy. Reflect on your journey as a sequence of conscious choices, and see each step as an opportunity to ascend higher on this ladder of personal development. Your experiences are mirrors reflecting back your deepest beliefs and desires. The power to alter these reflections lies within your ability to change your inner dialogue and expectations. Each moment offers a new chance to align more closely with your ideals and to project a more authentic version of yourself into the world. Remember, the external world rearranges itself to match the frequency of your dominant thoughts. As you cultivate thoughts that resonate with your highest aspirations, you set the stage for profound transformation. The art of living is not in maintaining a static existence, but in continuously evolving and embracing the complexity of your inner self. This inner evolution reflects outwardly, creating a life that is increasingly aligned with your truest intentions. To guide your thoughts and actions, consider this profound advice from the ancient philosopher Lao Tzu. When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. Let this wisdom sink deep into your consciousness. Understand that the fulfillment you seek in external achievements is already within you. As you embrace this truth, watch as the world around you transforms, not because it has changed, but because you have. This is the essence of true power and freedom, a serene acceptance of inner abundance that overflows into every aspect of your existence.